Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Erickson TV, courtesy with Lauren.
Hey everybody.
Hey Lauren, I thought it'd be interesting, how long do you think we've been doing these videos? It's been quite a while now, hasn't it? Years?
I think it's gonna be 3 years this summer.
Right, so exactly, so 3 years ago, this summer was right at the depths of
pretty close to rock bottom.
Rock bottom,
yeah.
We were starting to see some recovery, but
we were. Yeah.
A lot of pessimism was in the air.
Yes.
In fact, as we discussed in the last few videos, that even though we've had a huge rally in the stock markets across the globe, many people have still continued to leave equities and go into fixed income. So that tells me there's a lack of faith in the future.
That's true.
So I thought it was interesting because you and I were coming up with ideas for an episode, and I just caught my eye when I was looking at the headlines of yesterday's Seattle Times. So this was dated Thursday, March 22nd, 2010. So a guy named Paul Allen, many people have heard of him, co-founder of Microsoft. He is giving $300 million to study brains at this institute. And with this contribution, he'll now have contributed $500 million to this institute for brain research.
Really? What are they hoping to discover?
Well, when you start reading into it, he goes, well, I've always had an interest in the brains, growing, from my background in high school and how the brain works. But then you get down to the last paragraph, and he says the main reason is his mother has Alzheimer's disease, and he wants to find a cure for Alzheimer's.
Right.
So why would a guy like Paul Allen give a big chunk of his nest egg to something like this? Because he has, number one, he has an interest, but also he knows that there's a big problem out there. He's trying to find a solution.
Right.
I think we talked about, I read a statistic, people over 85 years of age or older, there's something like 60% have some form of Alzheimer's.
Yeah, or dementia.
Dementia, right. So that's Paul Allen. Instead of just hoarding his money, he has shown faith that, hey, we can make progress in the future and solve one of the big society ills. The next article right below it is something where some previous investment has actually provided something that is useful. An artificial heart patient actually is waiting. He's waiting for a new heart. Okay. He's on the donor list. Previously, this person had such a bad heart, somebody like him would have to stay in the hospital waiting for a heart transplant. He's actually able to go home in Bothell with this machine and live while he's waiting for a real heart. So he has no heart in his body. He's living with artificial. Wow. This is all artificial heart. The fascinating thing about this is actually can help economically with our healthcare costs, because it's much less expensive for him to be home than it is to be at the hospital waiting for a heart transplant.
So he literally has no heart.
He has no heart in his body
at all.
Yeah, and he's able to walk out of the hospital. So that to me is awesome, because first of all, one of our big issues is health care, and as our population is aging.
Yeah, for sure.
But this is actually economic benefit of research and investment. So I thought as the market's been finishing the quarter really strong with its first quarter of 2012, I thought it would be interesting just to continue to reinforce taking a long vision, because the people that invested in this technology had a long vision.
That's right.
Paul Allen has a long vision, and I thought that it's a good lesson to take, that with all the problems that we have had and the pessimism, that there is progress being made in the world.
And that artificial heart, I mean, that's a powerful example, because it is not something I would have even imagined. I mean, when progress happens, when new things happen, the progress that is really the reason why we invest at all is because we think that things will grow and get better. It's not like you just sort of get more of what you already had.
Right. So it's not status quo.
Yeah, exactly. You get things that you never even would have thought were possible. I never would have thought it would be possible to be walking around without a heart in your body.
Yeah,
that's not the sort of thing that
kind of awe-inspiring.
Yeah, it is.
Well, thank you for watching this episode. So the moral of it is keep the faith and look forward and have a forward-looking view and invest for the long term. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon on the next episode of Erickson TV.
See you next time.